Welcome back with a new math tutorial. In this video, we are talking about comparing and ordering fraction, decimal, and percents. How we can compare and order them. So at the first, before we start, we need to talk about the most important relation that we have. 1 over 5 is equal 0.2, and that will be equal 20%. 2 over 5 is equal 0.4, and that will be 40%. 3 over 5 is equal 0.6, and that will be 60%. 4 over 5 is equal 0.8. and that will be 80%. 1 over 8 is equal 0.125, and that will be 12.5%. 3 over 8 is equal 0.375, that will be 35.5%. 1 over 3 is equal to 0.3 repeated, it means we will repeat 3 infinite number, and that will be 33.3%. 2 over 3 will be equal to 0.6 repeated, and that will be equal 66.6%. That is the most repeated fraction that we need to memorize. We will use it to compare between fractions and decimals. So we have here, we need to use greater than or smaller than or equal to compare between the fractions. So number one, we have two fractions. If they have the same denominator, the greatest numerator for the greatest fraction. If they have the same numerator, the smallest denominator for the greatest fraction. Now the numerator and denominator are different. How we can solve it? At the first, I will start from down, then going up. 8 multiplied by 7 equal 56. And 12 multiplied by 5 equal to 60. Now I will compare between 60 and 56. You will find that 60 is greater, it means 5 over 8 is greater than 7 over 12. Again we have 5 over 12 and 7 over 8. If you multiply 12 times 8 equals 84. And 8 times 5 equals 40. You will find that 84 is greater, it means 7 over 8 is greater than 5 over 12. By the same way, we have 2 over 3 and 4 over 9. 3 times 4 equals to 12. And 4 times 2 equals to 18. 18 is greater than 12, it means 2 over 3 is greater than 4 over 9. What if we have here decimal and fraction? You can't compare and both of the two numbers are different. You need to make both of them are fractions or both of them are decimals. As we know that 3 over 4 is equal to 0.75. Now for the first one, it will be 0.75. And the second one is 0.7. At the first, I will look to the whole number. We have 0 and 0. Both of them are the same. Now look at the decimal. For the first, we have 2 digits at the right of the decimal. But for the second, we have only 1 digit. We can't compare. They must have the same number of digits. So I will put 0 here, so it will be 0.75 and 0.7. You will find that 0.75 is greater than 0.7. In question number 8, we have 2 over 3 and 0.6. We can solve it because both of them are different. So we need to write both of them as a fraction or both of them as a decimal. So we know that 0.6 is equal to 6 over 10. We know that 6 is equals 2 multiplied by 3. And the 10 is equals 2 multiplied by 5. So we have here, cancel 2 and 2. So it will be in the simplest form, 3 over 5. So 0.6 is equals 3 over 5. Now we compare between 2 over 3 and 3 over 5. 3 multiplied by 3 equals 9. And 5 multiplied by 2 equals 10. You will find that 10 is greater than 9. It means 2 over 3 is greater than 0.6. You can convert any one of them. Which one is easy for you, you can convert. So for question number 7, you can make 7 over 10 and you can solve it and you will find the same answer. For question number 8, you can convert. 2 over 3 will be equal 0.6 repeated. What is the meaning of 0.6 repeated? It means 0.66 and you repeat infinite times. So 0.6 will be equal to 0.60. If you need to compare, you have 66 and 60. It means 66 is greater than 60. If you convert 0.6 to be a fraction, you will find the same answer. Now for question number 9. We have 0.7 and 8 over 11. If you look at 8 over 11, you can convert with an easy way to be a decimal. But we have here 0.7, it will be equal to 7 over 10. Now we can multiply. 11 times 7 equal to 77. And 10 times 8 equals to 8. You will find that 8 is greater than 77. So 8 over 11 is greater than 0.7. In question number 13, we have 42% and 0.44. Now we have a percent and decimal. You need to write both of them to be decimal or both of them to be percent. Which one is easy for you, you can write. So for the first one, I prefer to convert both of them to be percent. So because we have here 0.44, if I need to write as a percent, I just need to multiply it by 100%. By multiplying by 100%, it's mean moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So I need now to compare between 42% and 44%. You will find that 44 is greater than 42. If you convert both of them to be decimal, you will find the same answer. You will find that 0.42 and 0.44. 0.44 is greater than 0.42. That's if you write both of them to be decimals or both of them to be percents. In question number 14, by the same way, we have 7% and the 7 over 10. I need to write both of them to be fraction or both of them to be percent. So for the first one, if I need to convert to be fraction, with an easy way it will be 7 over 100. And now we have 7 over 10. Both of them have the same numerator, the smallest denominator for the greatest fraction. So 7 over 10 is greater. Or you can choose 7 times 10 equal to 7. And 100 times 7 equal to 700. You will find that 700 is greater than 7. So 7 over 10 is greater than 7%. Now the same we have here, 6.5 and 650%. I said we can convert both of them to be percent. You can multiply the first one by 100. That's mean moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we have here 650%. And the second one will be 650%. You will find that both of them are equal. So if you need to compare between fraction and decimal and percents, you need to write all of them with the same way. All of them to be fractions, all of them to be percent, all of them to be decimal. Which one is easy, you can write. And you will find the same answer if you use any one of them. In this part of the lesson, we need to order the fraction from the least to the greatest. All of them are fractions. So with an easy way, we need to make all of them have the same denominator. The idea of ordering fractions, you need to make all of them have the same denominator. So we have here 2, 14, 4, and 7. How we can make them, all of them have the same denominator? By making the LCM for the denominators. We know that 2 is a prime number, so 2 will be equals to. And the 14 will be equals 2 times 7. So I will just write 2 multiplied by 7. 4 is equals 2 multiplied by 2. Don't write two different numbers under each other. 7 will be equals to 7. I will just write 7. By factorization, you will find the answer. Now we have the LCM. So it will be from each line, I will take one number. From each column, I will just take one number. So we have here 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 2, which equals to 28. Now I will make all of the denominators to be 28. 2 becomes 28 if we multiply it by 14. So we have here 1 times 14 equals 14. If you can't solve it, at the first you can remove 2. The remainder now will be 2 and 7, which is 14. It means you need to multiply 1 times 14 equals 14. Again for the second one. 14 becomes 28. 14 that's happened when we multiply by 2, it means 9 multiplied by 2 equals 80. Now the third one. 4 becomes 28 if you multiply it by 7. So 3 times 7 equals to 21. Now 7 becomes 28 if you multiply it by 4. Then 5 times 4 equals to 20. After writing all of the numbers with the same denominator, we need to arrange. If you need to arrange from the least to the greatest, you need to find the smallest number to the greatest number. The smallest number that we have here, which is 40. After that will be 80. Then 20, then 21. Now we need to write the order. The first number, which is 14 over 28, which equals 1 over 2. I'll just write 1 over 2. The second one here is 18 over 28, which is 9 over 40. The third number, which is 20 over 28, which equals 5 over 7. The last one is 21 over 28, which is equal to 3 over 4. And that's how we can arrange from the smallest to the greatest. Again for number 17. We have 1 over 2 and 5 over 6, 2 over 3 and 3 over 5. If you need to arrange all of them, just look at the denominator and make all of them are equal denominator. We know that 2 is a prime number, so 2 is equals to. And the 6 is equals 2 multiplied by 3. And the 3 is equal, 3 is a prime number, so 3 equals 3. Just write the prime factors for each number. And the 5 is a prime number, so I just write 5. So the LCM, the lowest common multiple for all of them, from each column I'll just take one number. So we have here 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 equals 6 times 5 equals 230. So I will need to write all of the denominators to be equal 30. 2 becomes 30 if you multiply it by 15. So 1 times 15 equals 50. 6 will be 30 if you multiply it by 5. 5 times 5 equals 225. 3 becomes 30 if you multiply it by 10. 2 times 10 equals 220. 5 becomes 30 if you multiply it by 6. So 3 times 6 equals 80. Now we need to arrange from the least to the greatest. So I will start looking for the smallest number, which is 15. Then 18, 20, then 25. Now we write the order. So the first number, which is 15 over 30. 15 over 30, which is 1 over 2. And the second number, 18 over 30, which is 3 over 5. And the 20 over 30, which is 2 over 3. The last one is 25 over 30, which equals 5 over 6. And that's how we can arrange the fraction by making the lowest common multiple for the denominator. In this problem, we need to find the greatest number of the students who attend the school carnival. For grade 6, we have 5 over 8 of the students attend. Grade 7, 0.5. Grade 8, 58.3%. If you look at the question, you will find that we have 3 different forms. So you need to write all of them with one form. So we have here grade 6, grade 7, and grade 8. Grade 6, which equals 5 over 8. You can write it as a decimal. How we can write it? We know that 1 over 8 is equals 0.125. If we need to find 5 over 8, just multiply 125 times 5. So the answer now will be equals 0.625. Now we have for grade 7, which equals 0.5. That's decimal, so just leave it as a decimal. Now we have here 58.3%. If you need to write it as a decimal, just remove the percent and divide it by 100. Because we divide by 100, just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So it will be 1, 2. So just put the decimal point here before 5. So it will be equals 0.583. Now you have 3 digits at the right of the decimal. 1 digit and 3 digits. All of the whole numbers are 0, but the number of digits are different. So you need to add zeros to make compare between them. For the first one, 0.625, 0.500, 0.583. You will find that grade 6 has the greatest number of the student. So we have here 5 over 8 is greater than, 0.5 is greater than 58.3%. And that's how we can compare and ordering fraction, decimal, and percents.